We pretty much manage the energy portfolio for the entire agency, and we cover up to, I think, 300 different accounts with SoCal Edison, ranging from pumping plants to wastewater treatment plants to power plants in general too. So we're kind of in a unique position that we actually have, we're a power producer as well as user. So we're interested to see what this program could offer us.
Excellent.
And we own and operate material recovery facilities, landfills, landfill sites, and then on the wastewater treatment plant side, we have quite a few upstream water reclamation plants where they actually treat wastewater locally and basically distribute their recycled water for on-site use, and also let's say parks and recreation. Most of the biosolids then gets transferred into the joint outfall system, where it goes downstream into our main treatment plant in Carson, where all of the biosolids handling takes place, and the final effluent gets discharged into the ocean by Palos Verdes. Back to the solid waste side, we actually generate quite a bit of electricity, up to, I think overall our portfolio, we can generate up to close to 50 megawatts right now between our wastewater and solid waste sites. So we satisfy a lot of our own electrical needs, but there is still a need for us to import some power. After some of the conversations today, I think there's definitely some possibility for us to get involved. Typically, we're always operating under the assumption where you want to push out as much as you can, right? You want to produce as much as you can. And now kind of taking a look at where the industry is headed, there's going to be way too much during the daytime. So, kind of looking at opportunities where we can actually use some more. We can produce biogas on the tail end, and that's something that we can actually maybe compress, store it in the pipeline, or store it on site, and then utilize the electricity at a lower, I guess I should say, off-peak time, and then push it back onto the electricity grid to kind of level out some of the supply and demand. So there's definitely room for that, but again, I think just like any other agency or business, the dollars and incentive have to be there. Wastewater treatment operation is extremely important, that we want resiliency and redundancy and operational stability. So anything that might impact that is going to be, we have to take a look at that extremely closely to make sure nothing really does impact that. So if there were a new program that, we want to try to experiment with or kind of take on, first and foremost, we want to make sure that wastewater treatment operation is not impacted. Second of all is we want to make sure that there's financial incentive for us, because it's really hard for us to go to the board and say, hey, we want to be a guinea pig here. Again, our board is extremely conservative, and it's a conservative market as well. So really the two hurdles are, making sure that operations is unaffected. If anything, we're looking for a positive for it to even warrant any potential change in standard operating procedure. And second of all, the financial incentive really needs to be there for our member cities to be benefited as well. If there are incentives that you can kind of translate into, I guess, to better serve your own challenges, that's probably the best case. But again, it really depends on a number of different things and what your challenges are internally. The wish list is to make it as easy as possible. If there's a new rule or pilot program that they're coming out with, please don't make us go through 300 pages of text to really dig through the weeds and have our lawyers dig through what your guys' lawyers drafted up. Because again, when you're talking to program directors, or let's say engineers or operators, they're not looking into that. They're looking at, hey, what needs to be done, what's the bottom line, and how is this going to affect their operation and the checkbook at the end. So obviously make it as simple as possible, communicate that with us, and I think simplify it so that it's easy for the end user.